All right. Well, hello, Internet.
Hello, Internet.
Are
Welcome
we on the
to.
Hi
internet?
there.
We are.
What is the Internet really?
The Timmy?
Wow. It's going to be one of those sessions, isn't it?
hmm
No one laughed at my Fairly Odd Parents joke.
Welcome to session 12 of Exploring Suferia. Not to be confused with last week, which turned into a romping Q&A debacle.
Were we romping?
Sorry.
It was very romping, yes.
It's because we were all wearing rompers.
I'm so
Yes.
sad I missed it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the YouTube page. You should be able to.
YouTube.
Do, please do.
Yeah,
Also, always available on
Oh,
VOD, I'm sure.
it is, and in fact,
true.
I can put the link in the chat. Wait, can I?
When I find
Copy
actual
link.
time, I will certainly go and watch that.
Here we go. So, welcome everyone. We are Fellowship of the Tables. We have a Discord server which has lots of games going on every week. Some D&D, many not. But all of these fine people are on that server playing games and many other like them. Well, not really like them. There's nobody like these folks. One way or another. So, Derillium, you have somebody you would like to introduce us to.
Perfect. Love it. Love it.
My aunt texted me and I clicked away from Discord. Okay, yes, I do. This is the newest member of my household. His name is Dave. And I think everyone should meet him. He is a fuck octopus.
And yes, this is a mature stream.
Is it really mature? I'm not sure about that.
I thought those
Oh,
were like
certainly
spikes
not.
so you could put a bunch of candles on it.
So I showed it to one of my friends and they were like, oh, so you can put rings on it. And I was like, my eyes have been opened.
Let's get some utility out of this joke.
Yeah.
So, well, let's get started here. I need to roll a d4, as is customary.
Get ready, Ken.
It is not Ken. Derillium, would you give us a recap of what happened 2 weeks ago? I'm sure it's all very fresh and clear in your mind.
Oh, I wrote very little.
Here,
Okay,
I will help you remember by scrolling to
no.
the appropriate rules in the chat.
I'm not on Twitch, but I should be.
Well, on Roll20 you can see
Yeah.
all the death saves. No, that did not actually happen. But I just wanted to point that out because it's hilarious.
A little. Yeah, I didn't notice that until now. Anyway, so seeking the terrorists who had kidnapped the children of an important political figure in Mindrin, we went to Bernice's home. Bernice was the halfling that we encountered at the library when we attempted to crash a very secret meeting of followers of Lelena. She wasn't there, so we went to her work. Ignazio Griboldo's shop. Was it Smithy?
No, he's an
No?
alchemist with a.
Oh, right. Alchemist.
Mhm.
Yes, we bought some potions. I wasn't actually in there because she knew me. So it was Godric and Sepaklu in disguise, right? Yeah? No?
Mhm.
Maybe? Yeah. Asked her some questions. She had been questioned already and was not super jazzed about being questioned again. I don't think we really got too much that was useful from her. But they did have a hat of a disguise, which would be super awesome if I could scrounge up 1,000 gold to get it.
Why would that
And
hat of
then
disguise be awesome?
just so we could keep it out of the wrong hands.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Right, yeah. And then I got a message from Allhorn saying he needed to talk to me, and while he was messaging me, he got attacked. So we ran to the tavern where he was, found him beat up, and found ourselves surrounded by some peeps. Fought the peeps, killed most of the peeps. The guard came in to help us towards the end. We kept one of them for questioning, convinced the guards to let us question him. And here we are. Oh, and Godric chased them down and killed them.
Yeah. So 2 were left alive at the end of the fight. One chose to avoid questioning by eating a poison pill, which he then extracted from the last unconscious one, who is, I believe, still unconscious, but now pinned to the floor under the immovable rod, while his legs and wrists are shackled behind him. Yeah, so what is your approach here?
Well, do we want to wake him up?
Well, how do we get him to talk to us, you think? Because the other one just kind of killed himself when we even got close. So I feel like even
Sarandis
though
grins, and you see her excellent dental hygiene, which is a joke I do not think I've made on stream yet. I can get him to talk if we need to.
Okay.
That's a lot of confidence.
I am going to step up to the bar. Are there still like ales and everything lying around from where people?
Yes, there are. Yeah, there's a lot of them are knocked over. There's there are several shattered and just lying around on the floor. It's a mess, but there are a few mugs around.
I'll step around, grab a clean glass, pour myself an ale, and put a silver on the.
And put a what?
Just silver.
Oh, a silver on the
Coin.
counter. Such a good boy.
I am going to look around for a not empty glass, something in it to throw on the guy to wake him up when we decide to wake up.
Okay. Yeah, there's sitting on the bar itself, there's a glass that's over here that's on its side and just very slowly dripping onto the floor in front of the stool there.
Well, I want some liquid in it.
Yeah,
so.
it's got like
Okay.
yeah, it's got a little bit in it.
Great. Excellent. So, what is the plan? I say that out loud to you guys. not to Welena listening in the sky or whatever power there may be listening to us right now.
Well, it seems like you had some confidence and ideas on that. He kind of just sips the ale, still trying to process everything that happened in the last few minutes.
Okay, well, before I wake him up, let us very specifically figure out what information we want from him. We want to know where the kids are, obviously. We want to know who hired him, who he's with, what he knows about the terrorists. Anything else? Am I missing anything?
Why did they take these kids in particular?
Right. Oh!
Got him! Got him.
Wrong accent. Oh, that was funny. Derillian plays another character in a different campaign, which has a very different accent, and she slipped for a second.
Do I?
What's that?
What?
Isn't that what? Did I miss something?
No, I just copied Cole.
Oh, I thought you were doing. Okay, I thought you were doing your accent from the Mad Hatters.
No, that's this, and I can't play
Oh.
because I can't stay up till 4 in the morning every night,
Oh, okay.
which sucks because I was really excited about doing this one. She's a terrible person, and I never play
Yep.
terrible people.
Nice. Anyway.
So yeah, I think there's obviously stuff we want to know, but I have reservations. You know, there's some lines.
Where are your reservations and what time?
Ha 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 ha. I think you know, we've been here before, and there's a certain line, and if we cross that line, we're going to be just as bad as they are.
Are we
God.
though? Are we going to be blowing up trains and kidnapping children and killing people?
I'm just saying that you start with small things. You start with doing what you need to do to get the information out of one person, and then it goes to doing something a little worse, doing something a little worse. I saw that darkness. I'm worried. I saw it in myself.
If you feel you need to step away, you can step away at any time.
What was your contact's name, Savan?
Allhorn?
Allhorn. Allhorn, do you have any ideas, any insights into what we might want to ask them?
Have you specifically been like watching Alhorn?
Oh, yeah, no, I've been hanging out right where my token is, right at the top of those stairs.
Okay.
Keeping an eye on him, making it look like I'm just, you know, repairing myself and getting things in order after battle, but
Okay.
look, keeping an eye on.
All right. And sorry, what did you ask him?
Asked him if he had any insight into what we should ask these guys. He seems to know more about them than we do.
He says, I don't know anything about these lovely gentlemen specifically. I know that there are people in the city who seem likely to know more about where this Razira might be. I doubt it would be anyone at this low level of thuggery.
Do you think these low levels might know somebody who would know somebody who would know where she would be?
It's possible.
Well, then that's good to know to keep in mind.
Oh my gosh! So I found out, I found out that my sister and my brother-in-law got cats, and they named them Cora and Kakashi.
My brother and his girlfriend got cats. They named them Tyrion and Arya.
That's so great.
That's hilarious.
Sorry, cat distracted me. What were you saying?
Bad cat.
Oh,
Bad.
now that we have a bit of the chain, and I'll gesture at the unconscious thug, perhaps we can start dragging ourselves up it.
It's an odd turn of phrase, but all right.
Never had to climb a chain before.
No.
It is about as difficult as you would think it is.
Indeed.
Okay, are we ready?
I'm just going to cross my arms and sort of lean up against a wall.
Okay. So, so as I recall, you dragged the prisoner over to about here, and you're all just kind of standing around him.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
I am going to take what is left in the tankard of probably lukewarm ale at this point. Throw it in his face.
Okay. Make an attack. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Yeah, it slashes across his face, and he kind of grimaces, and his face muscles start to work, and he goes to pull an arm up, a hand up to wipe at his face, and can't, and he kind of looks around at all of you quite disoriented, but he quickly surmises his situation. What do you want?
What?
What do you want?
I want a lot of things, my friend. But let's start with your name.
One moment, please.
FantasyNameGenerator.com.
The name's Jacques.
Jacques.
Yeah, Jacques Strap.
Your parents must have really hated you.
Sorry, the laugh was out of character. He did not laugh when he said that.
That name sounds familiar. Do you happen to know Michael? Michael Roch?
What?
See, he goes by Mike. Mike Roch. Have you met him?
He looks over at you and just goes, "Piss off."
I swear my friend knew a Jacques. Never mind.
Let us try this again. I will pull out my sickle. Hold it beneath his chin and say, "What is your name?"
You see him kind of working his mouth, and then
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you looking for this? And I hold up the tooth with the cyanide fill.
um, he just glares at you. Just kill me and be done with it. You're not gonna get any information from me.
Oh, here's the deal, my friend, is that would be entirely too easy for you. And I do not intend to make this easy for you. So I'll ask you again. I'm gonna draw just the tiniest bead of blood at his neck. I'm not going to kill you, but I am going to make you wish you were dead. So I will ask you again. What is your name?
Make an intimidation check.
Party out of charisma casters, and we're letting her take the lead.
I'm the only one willing to do it. Okay. This is intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I have my character sheet up. 18.
18. Um. He. He says, "Look. Comes down to this. If I tell you any information, I'm gonna face torture from people who I think are much tougher than you. So I can choose to get tortured by you, or choose to be tortured by them."
I'm sorry, did you say tougher than me?
What was that?
I said, I'm sorry, did you say tougher than me?
Yeah.
How close is Godric to me?
I'm assuming that everybody is on the map where they are showing up.
Yeah, I'm basically standing right across from you.
Great, okay. I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy, and I will make the ground start to shake.
Okay.
I'll get really close up in his face so he can see my eyes, and I will cast Thaumaturgy again and make them turn black. And say, that is pretty hard to be, my friend. Tougher than me.
Make another intimidation check.
With advantage?
Not yet.
17 this time.
You see him swallow hard, and he goes, Urton. The name's Urton.
Burton! Oh, you're getting somewhere, Burton.
Urton.
Very, very... Oh, Urton. Urton. Excellent, thank you so much. Who do you work for?
Somehow I don't think you know him.
Maybe I do. I know a lot of people.
Name's Hogarth.
Hogarth, no way! I love no. Okay, and why did he want us?
Didn't.
So then, why did you try to kill us?
I was taking some initiative.
It's so cute when they try to do that. Okay, well, who did they want then?
You're asking who did they want?
Tartan. Yes. If not us, who? Alhorn.
The job wasn't to kidnap anyone. Yet. The job was to convince that pasty guy to... Well, to prevent that pasty guy from contacting people and telling him about us.
And who is us? Do you have a name?
Oh, we don't have a name?
All good groups should have a name.
Looks at the
Like,
camera.
Like the
Do we have a
Silent
name?
Eyes,
We
for
should have a
instance.
name.
That's a great name, isn't it?
He says, we're not really a group. We just do jobs. We're muscle for hire.
Ah, I see. Did he react when I said Silent Eyes or no? Or did you not hear that?
I didn't hear it, but no, he wouldn't have reacted to that.
Okay. Okay. Well, I have a few more questions for you, my friend. So what do you know about the missing kids? You said not to kidnap anyone yet, but people have been kidnapped.
Wasn't me.
Do you know who it was, though?
No.
Insight.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I believe him?
Adds up.
I dropped that off the table. Let's grab a different one. That's 9.
Hmm. Yeah, he seems reluctant to give you guys anything, but at the same time it seems like he's decided that he's kind of resigned to his fate at this point, and he is just hoping that whatever you guys do to him, or yeah, he's hoping that if he gives you the answers that you want, that you won't do any worse to him than what he'll get from his superiors or whoever.
Okay.
But you say you don't know. Do you have any suspicions?
He says, I'm not the planning type. I'm the type that beats people up, protects people if needed, whatever.
Do you know anything about any of the attacks that have been happening around the city?
He just he says, wasn't us. Nobody I know.
Can I inside that too?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Natural 1.
Mm. Anybody else?
Uh,
Godric's got a 13. Yeah,
We're doing
seems
great, guys.
straightforward.
What are the odds that this common street thug ran afoul of us and tried to ambush us just as we were investigating this terrorist organization?
to be fair, not
Okay.
really sure we're investigating that same terrorist organization.
So, you have no useful information for us, it seems, so far.
Guess
Which
not.
I'm not too thrilled about. I think we're going to give you one more chance. Okay? Because I'm in a generous mood. I'm going to give you one more chance to give us something useful. If you know nothing, who can I find that knows something? Perhaps Hogarth? Where can I find him?
Deep sigh.
I
Did he say
smile.
deep sigh?
Yes, he said
Yes.
that. Yeah, and then he says, "I roll." No, he says, "There's a warehouse down in the warehouse district." He gives you a location.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I get the feeling that he's just trying to set us up for something?
You can roll insight again if you like.
You guys are all really
11.
distrusting of this guy for some reason.
Who knows why?
Can't imagine why.
All my dice are in jail.
And as always, we're super insightful.
Wait, was the 3 and the 6 on this one, or is that from the previous?
That's on this one.
That's on this.
They're running together.
And I rolled an 11.
It's like, man, guys, we need to go right down to this warehouse. Shit.
I mean, he seems. It seems like he's telling you everything he knows.
And a few more things from me. You said that you were after this guy over here trying to make sure he doesn't squeal about something, talk about something to people.
Yeah, you go to look back over at Alhorn, and he's gone.
Seems about right. Was that something specific or just something in general?
He goes, yeah, seems like that guy's been talking to Hogarth, and Hogarth doesn't like what he has to say, and so Hogarth wanted us to keep an eye on him and keep him from reaching out and spreading the bad news.
I'll sort of lean forward a little bit. What's he been talking to Hogarth about?
He kind of like tries to shrug a little bit, even though it's kind of hard the way he's shackled and pinned down. Like I said, I'm just the muscle.
Why don't you tell us a little bit more about this Hogarth?
He likes long walks on the beach. What do you want to know?
Is he single?
He just glares at you.
I smile.
What's he look like? What is he? What's his personality like? I guess is he quick to anger? Things that might be important as we're about to go in blind to this warehouse you told us about.
Bald guy, black beard, mustache. I don't know, just a guy.
And he's the leader of your little band?
He rolls his eyes. Sure.
And how many of you are there?
We don't keep a roll. Oh no. Ask him.
I'm going to take and I'm going to prepare an Eldritch Blast in my hand, and I'm going to walk up to him, and I'm going to cast Mask of Many Faces on myself. My skin's going to turn dark black. I'm going to grow horns like a tiefling, and my eyes are going to turn completely red. And I'm going to take the Eldritch Blast, put it right beside his head, and I'll say, "Give me an estimate."
Make an intimidation check.
I take like 3 steps back.
Yeah, his eyes get big, and he's like, it's like, I don't know, 20.
And do they all hang out at this warehouse? Is this an ambush, my friend?
They come and go.
How many of them were there last time you were there?
I didn't stop and count.
This doesn't sound very organized.
So we're going to go in blind to this warehouse that you won't tell us how many people are in there. You don't know how many people really are in your group. Seems pretty dangerous, my friend.
Sucks to be you.
Guess it does. And I'll walk back over to the wall.
Are you casting, Godric?
Yeah, I meant to just look at it, but I'm gonna pop that off.
Okay. You do not detect anything.
All right, then I assume that it just.
Hang on a second.
Ooh.
Hang on a second.
Most places I've seen rule that tieflings don't technically count as fiends, but that's your call as the DM.
Oh man.
Dun dun dun. Story or rules? You must balance them,
You,
Andrew.
man.
The rules
Both
are what
are-
create drama for the story.
Rule of cool trumps all.
You do not detect anything.
Okay.
So, even though you're the muscle, I reckon you must have seen something, since you're the type that would be sent into these kinds of places. You sure you don't know anything about these kids who were torn out of their home, where they might be being kept? Who might have done that, or who might want to hurt one of the... I don't know, what are they? Senators? What do they have here? Councilmen?
Dudes.
Either way.
He kind of looks over at you and goes, "Oh, right. Now that you reminded me, now I remember." Not.
Oh great, thank you. No, this is 1992.
Yeah, that did come out very old school.
I asked him that.
What is the current year in Sutheria? I can't tell if this is a past or a future reference.
I don't know.
I say we turn him over to the guards. Get done with him. Move on.
Well, let me ask you a question, my friend. What
Oh,
would you
good. I
prefer?
can't wait.
Oh, I'm
Does he
being
have like
polite
a?
to you right now.
Does he have a
Would you-
hand or an ankle or anything sticking out from under this table? Or is it just like neck up?
He's not on a table. I thought he was on the floor. Or did you put him on the table?
I thought that a table was put over him, and then the immovable rod was on top of the table.
No, the movable rod is just on his chest, holding him down.
Oh, okay. So we nixed the table entirely for the rod. My bad. Oh, okay. In that case, I'm just gonna lean over and just step on his wrist as he says that. Really lean into it for a second.
Here I was being nice, offering you a choice. So I'll ask again, what would you prefer? Would you like to go to the guards, or would you like us to kill you?
Just kill me and be done with it.
To the guards we go.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
We have nothing else to ask him, right? We're done, we're good.
It doesn't seem like he wants to give anything else up. Or he doesn't know nothing.
Alright, well, we have something. Let's take him to the guards. Let's take him to the guards.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you pull him up and take the movable rod back. I assume. You you look up as you get him up off the floor, and Sophie is over here lapping up some of the ale from the floor under the stool.
Sophie, no! It is not good for you!
She wags her tail.
I miss her so much, guys!
She hiccups a little.
Oh, my baby! And I just scoop her up into my arms and give her some belly rub.
Yeah, she licks your face.
Guys, I miss her so much.
All right. So
And because I'm assuming he's gonna struggle and make a scene, I would just punch him across the jaw and knock him out again.
okay. Yeah, he is now unconscious. Not hard to do. Okay. So, the nearest garrison actually would probably be the garrison where Supaklu's friend is. Let me find that section of my notes. I don't know if I wrote his name down.
Whose name?
Your friend in the garrison that let you interview Tally.
I'm sure I have it somewhere. Is it Ribas?
Yes, that's it, Ribas. Thank you. So you want to take him there?
Yeah, unless there's like a smaller guard outpost we could just take him to, where they could just take him from there.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to find a guard Zebo, you could do that.
I didn't say it, you did.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, let's take him to a guard Zebo.
Okay, so yeah, you drop him off. You give the whole spiel again about the working for Lord Orkaran and show them your credentials, and they take him off to the garrison. All right, so you're heading to this warehouse then.
What time of day is it?
It's
I feel like it's been a long day. Didn't we, like, wasn't it already a long day by the time we got here? Like, didn't we have to make some, like, real decisions about whether we wanted to continue on with the day?
It is the sun's going down.
Let's take a nap.
How long of a nap?
Roughly 8 hours.
I mean, if these criminal types are meeting up, I think they do it mostly in the dark. So if we want to actually talk to the guy,
But
plus I want to get these kids out of this situation as soon as we can. Don't know how long they're going to keep them.
I mean, I'm pretty well out of juice. I'm feeling pretty well worn out here. I'm just worried that if we go in there half-cocked, without being prepared, we're going to be in some trouble. Half-jocked. His name wasn't actually Jacques.
What do you mean by half cocked? What are we cocking? What is a cock? Half of a rooster?
I think it's like when you're halfway done building a wall. You know, it's half cocked.
There are guns here, so right? Probably.
There are. They're not. They're not super common, but they do exist.
It's an expression.
My apologies. I must also be tired. I say, glancing at my spell slots available.
That's also where I'm glancing.
Yeah, I'm pretty tapped out.
Cole's fine though. Cole's good.
I'm not full, but I have something. A few things.
I'm just worried that if we get into another fight, we're going to be in trouble.
I could see that. We at least want to swing that way and check out the situation.
Sure. We could do some scouting.
Then I guess
How
we
far
will
is it to
stealthily
the-
head that way.
Yeah, how far is it to this place you told us about?
Oh, we'll say about 15-minute walk.
Nice. Couple blocks.
As we get closer, as we are like maybe 2 minutes away, I am going to cast Pass Without a Trace because I can do that now.
Ooh.
And yeah.
And you have a second level spell
It's
slot?
less than. I apparently had 2 left.
Oh, okay.
I thought I had 1, but I apparently had 2.
Okay. All right, so everybody go ahead and roll stealth checks if you are trying to sneak.
26.
15.
30.
Nice. dice.
Oh, yep, perfect.
14.
Plus 10, not times 10.
I said 14.
Oh,
Are you at
I might drop my
disadvantage?
button too early.
oh.
Oh, are you at disadvantage because of your armor?
Yeah, chainmail's disadvantage. I'm pretty damn sure.
I'm really glad I cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay, so you yes, you come to this warehouse district. This is down near the the western gate of Mindrin. Just bring this up so that we're all on the same map. So yeah, in this district 1 over here, so the chat can see it. There are a number of like storage spots and warehouses and things, particularly because of the trade route to the Verdant Plains, the farmlands that Cole is from, and so there are a lot of things that come into a town and get stored there for use in the for resale in the marketplace. And so this is sort of the warehouse district, and as it's getting dark, shadows are starting to lengthen across the street, and Savan is making great use of them, kind of hopping from one to the next, and you guys are even having a hard time keeping track of her. But every once in a while, she kind of pops her head out and flashes her white teeth at you, and you get a glimpse of her, just so you can stay together. But you come to the building that he described, where it seems to be a pretty large building. There's a big like a metal chain link fence out front, surrounding a rectangular yard area, and then all the entrances to the building seem to be from within that yard area. You're seeing, looks like there's like a big sort of dock area, sliding door, and then like right next to that there's like a more standard size door, and then off to the left, you know what, I'm just gonna put you guys on this map just so that it's clear. And I'm gonna put you as if you're in the yard, although you're not actually yet. Yeah, so big sliding door here, second door next to it, and then a third door over here.
I can't
see
see anything. Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
need lighter vision or something.
Or
I can
we're
see.
humans, so we don't have dark vision.
Yeah, I can see.
Well, it's not completely dark yet. So Uh, okay. Everybody see now?
Yes.
Okay. Let me make sure I get your default token set. But you guys can figure out what you're doing in the meantime.
And there's nothing
We don't-
like no extra entrances around back or anything.
No, does not appear to be.
We don't see any people immediately milling around, going in or out.
Nope, not at the moment.
So, turn to Sapaklu. You seem to be accustomed to tracking people down and trying to figure out this kind of thing. What do you think we should do here?
Walk in, say we need some muscle. Our coin's as good as anyone else's. Maybe not tonight, but we could try it.
How is that going to get us any information, though?
It gets us inside. That's the first step.
Sorry, are there any doors that we see?
There's the big sliding door here with a smaller one next to it,
Right.
and then a third door over here.
Why don't we just try to get inside now, see what we can see?
I mean, there's this big fence.
We're not technically inside the yard yet, and are those
Oh,
dots a fence?
oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay.
I think I can actually put you there. Yeah, you're actually there.
Falling in the abyss now.
Yeah. Sorry, what was your question, Aramis?
Yeah, just kind of clarifying those dots are like a tall fence.
Yes. Yeah, it's about 10 feet tall.
How tall?
10 feet.
That is not a very tall fence.
Tall enough to keep most folk out.
Are we most folk?
Are we talking about doing this right now?
I am substantially less nimble than most folk.
He's right. He is substantially less nimble than most folk.
What do you want to do? I'm loath to waste more time, but I'm also pretty tired.
We could just hang out somewhere there down the street and take a little rest, just watch, see if there are people going in and out. Get a little bit of a break before we go in and catch our breath.
Are there any inns nearby, maybe with a window sort of looking out over here?
The closest inn is probably like a block over. This is mostly this block is mainly warehouses and storage units.
So it's like a zoning issue. Got it.
Kind of out of character, Cole was hinting at a short rest instead of a long one.
Also out of character, I think Godric was hoping the short rest would turn into a long rest regardless.
Yeah,
short rest doesn't do much for most of us, besides
It gets
some
health back.
HP. Yeah.
I think it does stuff for me, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Do I
you
get all
get
my
your
spells
spells back.
Yeah.
You get everything back on a short rest. That's a warlock.
So I'm good. I'm gonna do a short
It's
rest.
your compensation for only having 2 spell slots.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, we could take a shorter rest and not leave it until the morning if we want to figure this out. I think Cole's right.
Okay.
We'll keep an eye out. If we don't see anybody in the next hour or so, I think we could leave it because they're probably not there right now. Seems
Right.
like a fair enough start.
Can we find some place to take a load off where we can see, at least one of us can see this yard?
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be anything comfortable, but you can find a spot, kind of across the street in the shadows and just kind of sit on the ground and watch.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So you're taking a short rest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody roll me a flat D20.
Who's been rolling good today?
Don't worry, guys, I got it.
He says as he spawns 20 more harpies.
Perfect. Love it. 8. Great.
8 more harpies.
I think we can handle 8 harpies at this point.
Yeah, we handled 30 last time.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So your short rest completes without an issue. So go ahead and roll any hit dice that you would like and reset anything that would reset on a short rest. Which reminds me, is the D&D... Oh, the overlay is working. Okay, good. So you all can... Those of you watching can see exactly what resources the players have at their disposal, thanks to D&D Beyond.
Is that synced to our Roll20 sheet, or...
No.
It is
I
not,
think just
no.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah, we're gonna have to actually probably have a discussion about that, because... Well,
I have it in a second tab, but I'm kind of bad about updating it.
yeah. So you can see the pretty artwork there.
There we go.
But for those of you playing along at home, that's not how a live stream of D&D works. I don't understand what playing along you're doing, but we appreciate it.
All right. Everybody got their stuff updated?
It is 1:06 in the morning, and I hear people shouting outside my window.
Welcome to college.
What are they shouting?
I can't understand them.
Why are they?
I had to look
are
a
they
man
speaking
in the
Scottish?
face the other day. They are speaking. Well, Scots is a language.
Oh, is
Yeah, it is. It's, I believe, in the same family as Gaelic and Celtic. But I did have to look a man in the face pretty recently and say, "I'm sorry. I have no idea what you're saying to me." Because his accent.
Oh,
just
didn't know what I'm saying, lass.
Oh man.
That was really great.
I think you need to
what
use
have you
that
done
as
with
the-
my wee men?
Oh man.
I think we found Cole's new accent.
That was a Old Man Henderson reference, by the way.
I don't know what that is.
Gotta find your lawn gnomes.
So, what would you what would you all like to do in this with this warehouse?
Did we see anyone?
There does not appear, nobody seems to have entered or exited the warehouse while you were watching.
Is the gate locked? Like, is there a chain around it, or does it just look like it's closed?
It does not appear to be chained or locked.
What do you think happens if we just walk in?
In worst case, they attack us or say we're not supposed to be there and call the guard.
I'm gonna guess these types of people probably won't call the guards.
Assuming this is their warehouse.
That's a
what I was
valid
thinking.
point. Yeah, this could just be a random warehouse. So maybe go in stealthily, I guess. See what we can see.
I think you and Savon would be better at that than Godric and I.
If you get into trouble, yell real loud.
Great.
Sure.
All right, Savon, let's scout this baby out.
Okay.
All right, let's approach the fence, I suppose. Are there any windows on the outside of this warehouse?
There. Make a perception check, because now it's definitely starting to get to like dim light, which for you shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, it appears that the only window is on on this door. It appears that there's like you can't tell from here, but there appears to be like a something that you could look through if you got up close.
Is there any light coming out of it?
Not that you can make out right now.
Alrighty. Savon, do we want to jump the fence, or do we want to go in through the gate here?
Let me see what my my acrobatics is, and let me get back to you.
Mine is not great.
Can I check? Is the gate trapped or anything?
Make an investigation check.
That's a 7.
Looks fine to you.
Great.
All right, should we try to inch it open just enough so we can squeeze through?
Sure.
All right, let's try to inch the door open just enough so we can squeeze through.
Okay, it's got one of those like metal latches that just swings up out of the way.
Great.
Okay, you push it open a little ways and make it through.
All right, slip through. Can we go to the door where the little window is?
Okay. Yeah, you go up to it, and it looks like a peephole, maybe, or like maybe a little bigger than a peephole, but whatever it is, it's currently covered over. It looks like it could be opened and looked through, though.
From our side?
No, from the inside.
Hmm. Shall we?
So we shall.
All right. Can we try to open the door very silently?
Can I check this for traps as well?
Go ahead. Make an investigation check.
The real question is, can I? Ooh, 19.
19. It is definitely not trapped, but it is definitely locked.
All right, I will unlock it. I think this might be my first thieves' tools roll.
With this key that she has.
I feel like
So this will be
tried to pick something before, but I think
okay.
I think maybe you tried
Sometime
to pick
before Godric.
the lock. I
Oh,
think
the lock on the
chest.
chest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well, first successful thieves' tools roll, hopefully. So proficiency, which is 2, plus dex, which is 2, so plus 4, right?
mm-hmm.
7.
7 total.
Yeah, I rolled a 3.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. It's a. This isn't something that you've done a lot necessarily, and it's getting dark. You're having a hard time figuring this one out.
This is a very complicated lock that I have not come across before. Some really strong defenses here.
Does it look like a complicated lock, Andrew?
Make an investigation check. Not terribly complicated. It looks pretty standard to you.
All right, my eyebrow goes up. And then I say, shall we try the other door then?
Sure.
Great. Let's go over to that other little door.
All right. You head over there. Make me stealth checks.
Happily.
16. Pass without a trace is still up, so you got a 19.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
How long did
it
we
lasts
rest
an
for?
hour.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Are we short rests? Short rest is an hour?
Yeah, it's an hour.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, I think it would be done by now.
9.
6. I rolled a 2.
All right.
Get ready to run.
Godric just starts to call. Did you hear that?
You get a couple steps away from this door, and nope, that door, the door you were just at, and you hear a noise behind you come from that door. It's like
Wait, from which door?
This door.
Yeah.
It sounds like a sliding noise.
Can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
No, that was me. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
muted.
Oh.
I'm gonna walk up to the door.
Okay, yeah, and there it looks like yeah, there's glass in that window that was covered up, and you see someone looking out. Let's see, it wouldn't be glass, it would be more like a let's just say it's like a grate. And there's someone looking out through that, and he goes, "Oh, the hell are you?"
Howdy, friend. We hear that this is the place where we can hire some muscle.
He goes, "I'm not your friend, pal." No, he doesn't say that. He says, "Might be. Who the hell are you?"
Nobody, really?
Make a deception check.
Because I am somebody?
Because you're not actually looking to hire muscle.
He's
Oh,
not
that's a good
actually
point.
there. He's nobody.
What if I did want to hire muscle?
But you don't.
Okay.
He says, "All right. What you looking to hire for?"
Protection gig.
Go on.
Well, you've heard about these attacks all over the city. We have some members of the Church of Walena that we're worried they're going to get in some hot water, so we figured they need protecting.
He says, "How many people you need?"
2. Keep it pretty low key. We don't want to rouse any suspicions.
Right. 5 silver an hour. Where do you want them to meet you?
We were told that we should talk to Hogarth. Are you him?
No.
That's too bad. We were told that we should deal with him.
Make a persuasion check. Wow, my behind the scene rolls have been terrible tonight.
Great.
He looks back over his shoulder and says, "Hey, opening the door." And he and the hole the hole at the top of the door kind of slides shut. And a moment later you hear the lock on the door click, and he opens it and says, "One of you come in."
Two of us can come in.
4 of us can come in.
12 of us cannot come in. Us
Two
and
of
all of
us
our
can come in.
harpies.
Just your Jedi mind tricks don't work on me. All right, make one more persuasion check.
Your patron is the Fae. You literally have Jedi mind tricks.
I think I already used them today. Do I get that back? But no, I don't want to do that because he'll realize it afterwards. Ooh.
He just kind of looks at you like, oh, am I speaking some foreign language? What? One of you can come in.
I'm not the best at talking to people.
I haven't really thought this ahead like any further than just talking to this guy, but yeah, absolutely. I'll come in. All right, Savan, wait here, guard the door.
Okay.
Supaku was a great character.
We were just talking about this today.
No soup.
I have 2 spell slots. I'll be okay.
All right, so you step inside.
Yes. And then as I'm going in, I'm gonna like do like a little bit of a eyeball thing for Savan, like motioning for her like towards everyone else. Like
Towards
you know,
everyone else.
like eyeballing, like, hey, maybe.
He's motioning towards the others. You take that for what you would.
Roll for eyeballs.
I don't know what you're telling me.
I can't tell you anything.
So you step inside and yeah, so this appears to be a warehouse. There are a number of just crates and barrels of various sizes and shapes just kind of around on the floor of this of this warehouse, and does not seem to be particularly well organized. But as soon as you step in, you see 2 more thugs. Let's see. Yeah, you see 2 more thugs over here. In addition to the one who's been talking to you, who's right in front of you here. And the 2 in the back are pointing crossbows at you. But this one motions right this way. And as you're looking around, it appears that there's like a balcony level to this place. So all along these walls here, there's like a platform balcony level that's just kind of overlooking the whole warehouse floor. And there are several more thugs just kind of looking down over off of the balcony down onto the floor watching. They do not appear to have weapons out currently, but they're keeping a close eye. The thug that is guiding you takes you to a set of stairs here, and up the stairs to a small, grungy-looking office, where there are several more thugs inside. There's two thugs inside, and he just kind of raps on the door, and it opens, and you see a man who very much fits the description that you were given for Hogarth. Tall human man. He's got this black beard that goes into a mustache around his mouth, very chiseled jaw. He kind of looks you up and down, and the guy who was there at the door, he says, "This one says he needs some protection muscle. Two guys. I told him 5 silver an hour, but he wants to talk to you." And Hogarth looks to you and he says, "Right, I'm Hogarth."
Name's Supaklu. Could I get a little bit of privacy, boys?
They look to him, and he says, "Right, step inside. We'll keep the door open, though."
Okay. I'll step inside. Is there anywhere to sit?
Yeah, so, there's like a cluttered desk there, looks beat to hell. It is, practically falling apart. You can tell where something's been shoved up under one of the legs to try to keep it balanced. But yeah, there's a chair, a wooden chair sitting across from it, and he steps around to the other side of the desk and just kind of looks at you expectantly.
So Hogarth, I'm gonna level with you. I don't need protection, but I do need to have a conversation. You see, I'm aware of some information that could be damaging to you and your little group you have here. It seems that the one of the people that you sent out earlier to silence, what's his name?
Alhorn.
Alhorn. He's been captured, and he's been telling people things. And I know this because I'm here now. He was told my group that this is the place where I'd be able to find you. And now he's with the town guard. And I'm sure he'll be telling them the same thing very soon.
And what? You're looking for a reward?
No, I'm looking for help. You see, we're looking to get those little girls back, the ones that disappeared, and I think that your group might have had something to do with it.
And with that, it's 8:30. I say we take our break. Woo! All right.
Riveting
Whoa.
stuff. Real riveting.
Dun dun dun.
Just throwing out all the cards onto the table. All right,
Like I
folks.
said, I didn't really think this far ahead, so we're just winging it.
I would have probably. Cole would have been honest sooner and probably gotten into worse shit. Because he doesn't know how inner city strife works.
All right, well, let's take a 5-minute break and we will come right back to that very moment after that.
All right.
Okay, and we're back.
And though the mime recovered, he will never walk again.
It's a sad story. It's
The
a
arsonist
sad
has
story.
oddly shaped feet.
Oh, jeez. So,
I'm just gonna keep eating my candy.
so, Sparklu.
Yes.
Hogarth looks at you steely-eyed across the desk, and he says, "So you think we had something to do with the kidnapping of those kids? And you're looking for my help to do what exactly?"
Well, if I had to guess, it wasn't you that wanted to kidnap those kids. If I had to guess, it was someone else that hired you to do it or hired you to help doing it. So as far as I'm concerned, you're pretty innocent in all this. You did a job. The people I work for, I think they'll see it very similarly. I think they'll see that all you were was a bit of hired muscle, and if you help, we can get you out of this, and there won't be any problems.
And what? So if I don't help you, then what?
Well, let's see. There's the guard, who I'm sure will be coming very soon, as well as my friends outside, who can more than likely pretty handily take care of all your friends in here. And I told them if I don't check it back in 10 minutes, they're going to be coming through that door.
I was gonna say, I will at some point update Cole and Godric
Mm-hmm.
as to what's going on.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask if you were staying at the door.
I'm gonna go let them know what's going on, and then
Okay.
I'll go back to the door
Okay.
and tell them to be ready for any.
Okay. Cole and Godric, any reaction?
If they're making you wait outside anyways, why don't all of us wait at the front door?
I think you might draw some attention in that armor.
I'll readjust like my cloak so it covers more of me. There?
So, you all staying out or going to the door?
I'm going back to the door.
I'll stay since Cole pointed out my idea might be flawed. I'll be cautious.
And I can make a flashy signal if we need you to run on in and be a hero.
I don't need to run anywhere to be a hero. I already am one. And pose.
Even in the dead of night, this ray of sunshine comes down and reflects.
The reflection of the moonlight off of my teeth when I smile.
And out of nowhere, you just hear a griffin call.
You're at the door. Don't metagame.
That's how shiny her teeth are.
My shiny teeth and me. That's the second Fairly Odd
Oh, the
Parents
Fairly
reference I
Odd-
actually
yeah,
made
that's a
tonight.
good one.
Way
Okay.
too many.
So, back in the office. I feel like I should make you roll a persuasion, intimidation, and deception check all in one.
I mean, I can do that.
Wow. Just roll me a flat d20.
Huh. That seems not great for me.
Charisma check?
That would certainly be. But that's not bad.
Okay.
My charisma's +3 if you were curious.
Okay. He he just kind of stares at you across the desk for a minute, and then he starts to laugh. You got spunk.
I just shrug.
He says, well, it seems like you don't have any clear evidence of any wrongdoing. Not that you've told me about.
Is that going to stop the guard from storming in here and taking you all under arrest for attacking a bar in the middle of the day?
I didn't attack any bar.
Mm,
But
your goons did.
that said, money talks. And if it were true that I had some relationship with the person who pulled off this dastardly kidnapping, then it seems like maybe you should outbid them.
I'm sure our patron would be more than happy if you had this information. The question is, how much would it cost?
How much are you offering?
I'm not offering anything. I'm just here as a third party. The people I represent, though, they have money. And they're very motivated, I would say, to put all this behind them.
He stands up and puts his hands on the desk and kind of leans over it towards you. And he says, I'm not in the habit of selling out people who I have a business arrangement with.
And yet you offered. I can give you 50 gold as a show of good faith, and then maybe it'll bring you to the table.
And this patron you mentioned, who would that be?
Before I throw out names, I'm going to need some a show of goodwill from you. Can I bring in my allies from outside? You have a lot of backup in here. I have none.
Make a persuasion check. Rolls tonight. Oh my goodness. He says, sure, I could use some entertainment. He looks out the door and goes, Henderson, let the others in. And the guy who was talking to you at the door, he and another one of the thugs had been standing right outside, and he he you're all typing in the chat at once. He starts heading towards the front door. Meanwhile, Hogarth says, "Third party, huh? What do you gain in all this? What are you trying to accomplish here?"
Hmm.
What do you care about these kids?
Me personally,
Or your patron?
me personally, I really hate the idea of groups of powerful people taking advantage of the helpless. And I really hate the idea of children, helpless people being dragged into the battles of the elite, the people that are powerful in this city. My patron, he's one of the powerful in the city, and I think he just wants this to all go away.
Well, look. We're not benefited by the guards swarming all over everyone and the current chaos, the closing of the city. At the same time, I have a reputation to uphold, and I have superiors to report to. Not an easy decision. So Sivan, or I guess it would just be Sivan at this point. The door opens again, and Henderson, this guard, the guy that you were talking to before, says, Hogarth says you can come in.
Okay. Great. Was Cole with me?
I
think
said
Cole-
that I went that way, and I would signal for Godric if we got in trouble. Was the reason I
okay.
said that, so I would have gone back with her.
Oh, sorry,
Towards
I
the
missed that. Okay, so you're there too.
Does he say this to both of us?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we
Okay.
should enter in then.
Yeah.
I'll kind of look
We'll
one way,
follow.
then look the other way towards Godric, and then head inside.
Godric, what are you doing?
From my vantage point, can I see them go inside?
Yeah. Make a perception check for me. Okay, you can't hear the conversation, but there's still enough light left that you can see the door open again, and someone has a conversation with them, and they go inside.
I'm going to stand up and just stroll up to like the edge of the property, like right in front of the open gate, and I'm just going to wait there.
Okay, so you're standing here.
Yeah.
Sorry, stream can't see that. There we go. Okay, and the other two of you are going in. Okay, so as you step inside, you see this warehouse floor as described before. You do not immediately see Spaklu. And as this guy starts to lead you, he kind of he whistles. He looks up to like the balcony area and whistles and says, "Eyes open, boys." And you see about half a dozen more people all kind of stand up at the balcony, and they've got their crossbows not necessarily pointed, but they're out and at the ready. And Henderson leads the two of you up a set of stairs to this office where you see Sepaklu and a man. It's the description of Hogarth sitting and having a conversation. So yeah, Hogarth looks to you all and then looks back to Supaklu. So, introduce me to your friends.
My associates, Sivan
Sure.
and Cole.
Saw that look on William's face.
If I lie about their names, I have to make a deception check. If I tell the truth, I don't.
If you tell the truth, you have to make a persuasion check, and you're worse at that.
So is Ken telling the truth or Supaklu telling the truth?
What is the truth?
Is anybody really ever telling the truth?
The truth is statements of factual accuracies.
Did Sivan make that face at me?
Yes. As discreetly as possible.
Make a sleight of face check. No. With disadvantage because of the hood. No. Okay.
Sleight
so-
of face?
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Does that also get dex? I
I'm
know.
just
But I rolled a 15.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, in that case. And he says, so is one of these your patron? Or are they merely third parties like you?
I think you know the type. My patron doesn't like getting his hands dirty. I think we're actually pretty similar, you and me.
What makes you think that?
We solve problems. We do it for coin.
So, I gave you my gesture of good faith, and you said you were going to tell me your patron.
Lord Arkaran. And does one of you have the paper? Who has the paper? Does Godric have the paper?
I think
Godric
Godric has
has
the paper.
All right, I'm not going to mention the paper at all.
Yeah. Okay. It's been kind of passed around Just so happens that the paper is in Sivan's hands.
Oh wow! Did you just steal that from Godric as you were coming in?
I thought I had it.
Oh, okay, great.
I mean, you've been showing it to various people. It could have been in anybody's hands. Just so happens to be in Sivan's.
Are we doing this?
I'll hold out my hand for Savant to hand it to me.
Okay.
I'm playing this very cool, obviously.
I will pull out the paper.
A paper specifically for the guards.
And I'll show it to
Poison. Cusco's poison. Poison for Cusco.
That poison?
He takes a look at it. Lord Karin has hired you to investigate the kidnapping of these children. And you think that I have something to do with it, and so you've come and just politely asked me for information. Does that about sum it up?
as opposed to coming in, killing all your guards and you. Yes.
Trying to kill all my guards, you mean?
Succeeding.
Well, this is not the way that I would have liked to see this go, but it seems that you have a certain amount of information.
And a certain amount of gold, leverage. We can both walk out of this very happy. And you talked about your superiors. I'm sure they can walk out of this happy as well.
Gotta think about this. I was not expecting this route.
Diplomacy.
What's that?
Did you expect us to just come in here, fight him, and then try to torture him to get the information?
That is what players do, yes.
Or you know, actually use your abilities like Mask of Many Faces, or
Yeah, huh?
No.
Or use that high deception stat of yours.
Yeah.
Why do that when I can just tell the truth? I'm flying by the
See,
seat of my
that's
pants
Godric's
here.
thing and my thing. You two are supposed to be the liars of the group.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I
Yeah,
had no
Godric
say
would
in
not
this.
associate with liars. Come on,
Right?
Um. All right, I gotta think about this. Hang on a second. You've thrown me.
Who is the puppet master now, Andrew? I shouldn't have said that.
Taunting me is not going to help you in this situation.
I like the caveat of "in this situation," as though there's other situations where taunting the GM is the answer.
It wasn't so much as opposed to other situations as it was to highlight the precariousness of where he is.
And yet I enjoyed the phrasing.
I'm glad to bring you pleasure. Wow.
Well, good night, guys. I think I've had enough here.
I'm just going to set that as my ringtone.
Oh boy. So he okay. He says, what is it precisely you would like from me?
I would like to know, first of all, who hired you? Why are they causing all this chaos? Where are the girls? Are they girls? Were they both girls?
There's a girl and a boy.
Where are the children? There are many things I'd like to know. We can start with who hired you.
He he says, it wasn't me that was hired.
Who was?
The gentleman who, let's say, um, the gentleman who I report to, who I could say I work for him of a sort, asked me um to silence a problem, this Alhorn that you speak of, to keep him from spreading rumors and information. He's the one who hired the person who knows who carried out this kidnapping.
So you personally were not involved. You just happen to know a little bit more about it.
Correct.
And I don't suppose you know where the children are?
He says, I do, actually. When this outside person was brought in, it was up to me to make a recommendation for where she might have a bit of privacy.
So perhaps this outside person acted alone with no, it wasn't you. You know nothing about this. It was all this outside person. I'm sure we could arrange it so that it is this way.
And technically, the person who hired my employer to outsource this kidnapping job, we have done what he asked.
This is true.
We have supplied the expert who, and then information somehow leaked out after the fact.
It would seem so. Perhaps from the one they have in custody already.
Very well. 300 gold.
I have 150 on me right now.
I'll plop down 150.
All right.
Where did you guys get all this gold?
From the chest in the cave.
Did you not upgrade your or update your gold?
No.
I have like
You
200
should have
Oh.
about 200 or so. Or 175 and then a gem worth 50.
You didn't. You
Is
Oh.
what your cut was.
you didn't take the cut
I
from
posted
the.
I posted something in the chat like if you just go up probably like a month.
Actually, it's pinned.
Oh, is it?
I pinned it for. I pinned Godric's.
This was
So-
the session I missed.
You the best.
Yeah.
100. I just missed that.
Yeah,
Alright.
176 gold, 2
76
silver,
gold. Damn.
and a gem worth
Okay.
worth 50.
Great. Let me math real quick, but continue.
Look at us, Cole and me being good guys.
Yeah,
Paying
that's a
this
lot
blood
of,
money.
That's a lot of gold.
I don't need items.
Yeah. You can't
Plus,
buy
if this goes
lives.
south, we can just kill him and take the gold back.
So he says, there's a certain inn that shall we say doesn't ask a lot of questions and isn't necessarily open to the general population. But if you know the right people, you can pretty much take anything or anyone in and out of there that you would like.
And I assume you are the right people?
He says, I am. However, I'm not sure that. He thinks for a minute. I'm not sure that I want my name associated with this any further.
Perhaps your little rat.
He says, you know, I'm sure that you can find your own way into this inn.
We're a resourceful people.
I bet you are.
Perhaps a name would be helpful for us, though. Location. And what it has to do with the matter at hand.
Well, as described, this is the place that I recommended for the assassin to have some privacy with the children.
Did you get a name for this assassin?
I did not. I never asked.
It's probably for the better.
But he gives you the location of this inn.
Do I recognize
What's
this
it
inn?
Let's see. You know what? I'll do this on stream so that our watchers can enjoy the magic of fantasynamegenerators.com.
Hashtag sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag this is not league. Or no. Go ahead, Godric, do your thing.
It's already
do it.
sick today.
Yeah.
This statement is disclaimed. We're fucking around.
There you go. Perfect.
Perfect legalese.
Yep.
The copper didgeridoo.
These are some great Chunky Goats Tavern.
Would be the Late Spoon Inn.
The Late Spoon.
Oh, I love that site so much. Way too much.
Rest in peace, Spoon.
Who is Spoon? Poor Spoon.
I don't know who is Spoon, but I know who is Soup.
Oh.
This is actually my inn.
Sepaklu is actually the BBEG. He's been using Mask of Many Faces this whole time.
Hmm.
He
yeah,
is Razira.
So you are not familiar with this particular place, Sepaklu.
Obviously. By obviously, I mean you had to randomly generate the name, so it's not what I was thinking.
Ah, no, it's not.
All right.
And yeah, the location that he describes is, I mean, it's about as far out of the way, as can be in the city. It's like down an alley that nobody would go down, type of a thing. Yeah, it's like at a dead end location, basically.
All right.
You
Well,
don't want to be associated with us. Sorry. For much more of this, but do you have, say, a different person whose name we could use to get in or get some access?
He says, "I'm sure you'll think of something."
All right.
well, we appreciate your discretion and your hospitality.
One more thing before you go.
Of course.
I need some sort of reassurance. I need to know where I can find you if I don't like the way that these things go. If my name comes up in a way I don't like.
Is that all? Did you stop talking after that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wasn't sure if he was gonna like proposition something in particular. Did we? Okay. So what's? One second. I'm looking back at my notes for one of those inn names that we stayed at one time.
What inn am I staying at? Or
You
Have I-
have mostly, I think, at least the last time or two, you've stayed at Sepaklu's apartment.
right, yeah.
Well, I'm obviously not going to say that.
There's the Vague Tusk that we did the competition at, and she also stayed at. Seem to remember.
Was there actually boarding at the Vague Tusk?
Yeah, I believe I stayed there.
Yes, Savan stayed there. When the three of you went back to Sepaklu's house apartment.
Do I lie or do I just accept the danger of these goons coming after us?
I
lie.
will say,
Oh.
because I have been staying there. I've been staying at the Vague Tusk. This is the first time I've spoken to them. So it's not a. Wait, hold on. Let me just check real quick. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you're giving him the vague tusk.
Yes.
And he looks carefully across the three of you. So Cole, Supaklu, and Sivan.
I'm gonna give you another look.
At your service.
Very well. Good luck.
There's no such thing as luck.
A slow grin breaks
Actually,
out
that's the
across his
feat
face.
I'll be taking.
Oh. Nice. Do you say that in character?
It won't. No. I don't think I can. I need to bump my stats, but next time.
All right. So he's going to allow you to leave.
Let's walk out.
Yeah,
Those were some good rolls.
they were.
It's not roles, it's just strategy, really. It's, human psychology, just knowing.
That and higher charisma.
That's true.
Yeah. So, are we doing this tonight?
I'd still like to.
Well, we need to figure. Are we outside? Can we wait?
Yeah, we'll say you walk out, and we'll say actually you rejoin Godric.
Right.
Howdy, Godric.
Hello. I'm gonna just look you guys over. I don't see any scrapes or anything. I assume everything went well in there.
He was
Surprisingly so.
Yes, it turns out he had nothing to do with it at all. It was all a big misunderstanding. But he, sort of in the underland or underworld that he
Underbelly.
runs in. Yes, in the dark underbelly that he rolls in, he did know who kidnapped those girls.
Well, that's
And
excellent
where to
news.
find them.
Are you just going to
Fantastic.
believe me? He just believes me?
No, you're right. They were involved somewhat. I roll insight.
Go ahead.
But nobody in the party has ever lied. Come on.
I try not to
Oh,
listen too
shit.
close to when I'm not around.
Again with the tie.
That seems a little weird.
Mine's a natural 1, so I think I lose.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair.
That's so funny, though. Oh man.
I mean, okay, so Godric, there's does seem odd. Like it seems like there's something that probably happened in there that he's not telling you about.
Yeah, I think Godric would believe he's connected to this in some way, but they probably didn't have an active hand. They probably weren't there when the kids were taken, and that's mostly what Godric is concerned about. So he doesn't really worry too much about those details. Huh. Well, let us go there forthright and smite them where they stand.
But how can you smite without any spell slots?
Yeah, I would like to act as soon as possible, but I'm running out of juice.
You said the spot was an inn of sorts.
But it's going to be complicated to get in. Apparently, there's we don't know if it's a password or something else, but it might not be easy to actually get into the inn.
Sounds like we need to drop a name.
Or do a little bit of recon.
We have a name to drop.
But what if it's not dropping the name that gets us in?
That's what he made it seem like.
Just say his name.
It seems like you need a reference. Or am I misreading that?
Don't you also have some people you might know that you could reference?
Oh yeah, have I heard of this place?
You have not.
Would I just know some name of some random criminals that we could use? Realistically, like people that are maybe on like the wanted list or something.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Yeah, we'll say you would know of some people.
Or we could use the name of the person who is there that we are trying to find.
What if she doesn't want to be found?
Yeah,
We
we
can
might
always-
not want to let her
Does
know
that
that we're coming.
stop us from... True.
Should we stake out the door, see what other people do?
That is not a bad idea. Are we going to rest or no?
When you say that you're a little tapped out, how tired are we?
I mean,
You had to make
I
spell
could-
slots out of it.
You know, on
I
two
could
tiers,
maybe
level 1 and
cast
level 2, on a level from
one whole more
1 to 4
spell.
and 2 to 4.
I have a second level spell slot left. That's it. One.
I can do a little bit of healing, but otherwise I'm all out of resources. I'll just be sword swinging.
Still have a potion. We could do it. I think as long as we don't go in swinging swords and attacking everyone in there, I think we could do alright.
Okay, well there goes my proposal.
What was... Oh, the swinging swords.
Cut through the door, and then anyone else who might stand in our way, of course.
Yell justice
Do
as
I-
you do it, just in case.
Oh, great DM. Knowing Razira, do I think I have the 8 hours before she kills these kids if she hasn't already?
It wouldn't really necessarily be up to Razira. It would be up to whomever hired her, which apparently would be the person who contacted Hogarth's boss.
Okay, wild idea here. How organized is this city? Would there be some sort of government building or tax rolls or something we could look at? And maybe try to find out who owns that warehouse we were just at?
Sure, yes. So
Let's do some forensic accounting, guys.
Nerd.
So in Mindren, the on the eastern side of town, there is... Where is Mindren? There it is. I believe it's in District 6 here. I'll double check that, but there's just a section of town where there are a number of sort of administrative buildings and city city-owned offices and various various buildings that that the city would have use of, including a records building.
Are we going to take time to do this? Because I'm okay with it. Because, to be quite honest, I do not know that Razir is someone we want to face half cocked.
Who?
The person who took the kids.
You know the person who took the kids.
Have I not said this already?
Who's your
I
zero?
don't think you said that it was the person. You just described them. I don't think you even give the name in character before this point.
So do you think this woman that you have been worried about, which I don't know if Godric knew about this or not, or if we've just been sort of talking about this on the DL too. You think she's the one that took the kids?
Yes. And I do not think that we want to face her half spackled.
Sort of.
I just like the word spackle instead of half cocked.
It's a good one and a construction joke too. I like it.
It's 2:30 a.m., guys.
So, if you do know her, do you think she'll keep the kids safe long enough?
If it's up to her, no. But she was hired. So I do not know that she has much of a say.
Another thing is, if any of the folks we chatted with talk and word gets to her, she'll move on from this inn by the time we would be done sleeping.
That's a good point.
That is a good point. Damn it.
All right. If we want to save these kids, we got to go tonight.
Fine.
It's not worth the risk.
I don't like it. That's okay.
I don't either.
You got your spell slots back.
All right, let's go to the
Let's go take
Late
a look
Spoon
at
Inn.
the inn.
Yeah, let's go look at the Late Spoon Inn.
Okay. So, as described to you, there's this alley that kind of goes off of one of the main roads and then turns and goes to I mean there's no lights, there is just it just kind of turns and goes kind of back behind some other buildings, and then there's just this this dingy looking building. So what are you doing here? Are you stealthing? Are you just looking around? What is the plan?
I would probably stay back and recommend Godric do the same and let the two not criminals go in.
Whoa.
And-
I apprehended criminals,
True,
sir.
true.
Sir.
I'm a criminal, that's fair.
No, you're
Savant.
all right. You're just a grieving mother. You're getting through some hard time.
So if we're trying to not arouse suspicion, I think I can blend in next to the door. I think I have some tricks. If you want to stay back here with them,
What are your tricks?
I think I can turn invisible.
You think?
Well, I've never done it before. Have I done it before? I don't think
Okay.
I've done it before.
I don't think you have.
Well,
And if I just wait by the door, if someone comes by in the next roughly hour or so, I can hear to see what they do to get in.
okay. Sure.
Awesome. I'm going to cast invisibility.
Okay, so Cole and Sivan and Godric are waiting.
Oh, wait! For each. Oh, no. Okay, no. Above second level. Darn it. That would have been cool. Too bad. All right.
So Cole and Sivan and Godric are waiting. What, back up on the main road?
Yes.
About there, yeah. At least a block away.
Okay. Yeah.
Before we split up, just because I haven't done this yet, I'm going to touch you on the shoulder and I will say, good luck, don't die, and blessing of the trickster.
It was a perfect.
So-
It was a perfect opportunity to say go and be free, and you missed it.
Ah, go and be free.
Nah, it sounds
Um,
dumb. Don't say that.
Wow.
See, I
I
immediately
got
got the
blessing of the
airplane
Stupid
trickster.
religious mumbo jumbo. Who would say that?
What are
Advantage
Benton
on
common sayings?
advantage on dexterity, in parentheses, stealth checks, which I think you have anyway because you're invisible, but I wanted to do it.
All right.
Thanks.
So, you are now invisible.
All right. I'm going to make my way and try to get by the door or entrance or whatever and just hang out there.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a stealth check with advantage.
Stealth. Boom.
18. It's pretty darn stealthy.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Okay. So hmm. Okay, so you're going up to the door and you're just kind of squatting nearby and waiting.
Yes.
And your invisibility lasts for an hour.
Correct.
Okay. So you sit down there and nobody seems to be coming or going. And it's coming up on your hour.
Okay. Can I go and knock on the door?
Sure. Of course you can.
Knock on the door.
You can do anything you'd like.
Knock on the door.
Roll a strength check.
Punch my fist right through it.
There's no response.
Is the door unlocked?
There's no visible lock on the outside.
Is this actually just a wall that you've been having me sit in front of, Andrew?
No, I mean there's a handle there, but there's just looking at it, there does not appear to be any kind of a lock on it.
Do you try to open it, or are you just looking at it?
Yeah. What happens if I just try to push the door open or pull it open?
It doesn't move. It seems that it's probably barred from the inside.
Okay, we go back to the group. I'm not going to try and do things by myself. Yeah, I'll pop open, or pop not open, pop into being again.
Okay. So, as you all are waiting, nearly an hour or so goes by, and then Zupaklu just appears.
So,
Yeah.
That was a huge waste of time.
great. Love
Yeah.
it.
I did try knocking on the door, no response. And seems like the door is barred from the inside or something. I couldn't jostle it. So if there's no response to a knock,
No response to a knock when there's no one at the door.
but there's no like little window thing, right, Andrew, for them to look through or anything? Yeah, there wasn't like a little window or anything. I don't know how they would have known that I was there unless they're using magic. Which actually, considering the type of place this is, maybe they are.
Are there any other entrances?
You would think he would have told us that. Well, that assumes that he's looking after our best interests, which I'm not sure that he is. Yeah, DM. Are there any other entrances?
We'll say that during your hour, you walked around and you did not see any other entrances.
No dice.
Any windows?
Nope.
A
Asking
lot
for
of
him.
dice.
Mine are over there.
Any kidnapped children?
I've just been doing this for the past.
Well, if that door is barred and there's no other way in,
We either, I don't know, we have to either keep waiting, see how other people get in, or I don't think there's an alternative entrance, because why would he give us this address? So there must be some trick to get in. If I was a criminal, how would I get into a door?
Savon, you think Alhorn might have some info on this?
Potentially. But I have no way of contacting him.
And also, he disappeared after the badness in the bar.
Oh, I meant to tell you, Savan, sorry, I forgot. You would have gotten a message from Alhorn. Oh, probably actually during the interrogation, which I will send you now.
Okay. Great.
Where are you?
I'm in Scotland.
Ah,
ASL.
that helped. sent it to you on Discord.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Okay.
You can reply to this message.
it. Okay. Should we go ask him then?
If you know where we could find him.
I do. But I think that I should talk to him alone.
That's fair.
Do you guys want to stay here, stake it out while I go find him? Is that a bad idea?
It's not a bad idea.
Split the party.
I think you should have one of us come with you. I would like to volunteer.
I very much think it would be better if I went alone, but I appreciate you looking out for me.
How well do you know this Alhorn again?
Pretty well.
I don't know. I didn't quite trust him. There's something off about that whole situation still.
Do you trust me?
Yes.
Ooh.
Trust my judgment then. You shouldn't, but.
All right. Those pauses were in character.
Okay. I guess I'll go to the. What was it? Corner pocket and find
Is
Allhorn.
it a pool hall?
Is that a what?
A pool hall.
You're not actually familiar with that place, Sivan.
Oh.
Am I familiar with that place?
Could I have asked him where that is when I got the message? Then like, oh my friend, we are going to where's that? We are going to
So you would reply to Alhorn's message and asked him where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll say he'll just send you another message and he'll give you the location. That's fine.
Okay. Cool, so I will go there.
Okay. So you go to the corner pocket, and the other three of you are just waiting on the road by where this place is.
Trying not to be obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give one of you Blessing of the Trickster. I'll give it to Godric because he's in chainmail. I tap you on the shoulder and I say, I'll be fine. And so will you. Go and be free. And I billow my cloak and I leave.
Indistinct grumbling.
Yeah, you would recognize that Godric as a saying among those weird Rowena people. Okay. So you find this location. It does appear to be a billiard hall. Are you disguising yourself before you go in?
I'm not wasting that last spell now.
Okay.
Heads up.
Okay. Yeah. So. To keep all my stars straight. So you go in and it is dark by now. And there are, but inside this billiard hall, I mean, things are pretty poppin'. Yeah, it's there are people at a bar having drinks, a number of people playing pool, a number of people just kind of standing around and chatting. You do not immediately see Alhorn.
Okay. Can I do like a circuit and try and see if I can find him?
Yeah, so you walk around a bit. Make a perception check.
$11.
Okay. You're just kind of slowly making your way around.
Downtown.
I did it again. And a hand kind of reaches out from the shadows and grabs you by the arm and tries to pull you into the shadows.
I let it.
Okay. And it is Alhorn.
The next time you do that, you will not have a hand.
I'm sorry. This has not been a good day for me.
Understandable, which is why you still have that hand.
There. He kind of looks past you.
I'm alone.
Good. That griffin attack dog that you had with you did not seem like someone to spill my secrets in front of.
No, certainly not.
What have you found out?
Quite a bit, actually. I know where the kids are. I just don't know how to get in.
Where are they?
The Late Spoon Inn.
I don't know that one.
Great.
You say
What do
you
you have
don't
left?
know how to get in. What's the problem?
It is barricaded from the inside.
Heard of sort of inns like this that are really more like safe houses. Usually,
Yeah.
I don't know this particular one, but usually you would need to magically contact someone on the inside or just break your way in.
Okay.
I will say that most of the time with these places, it's security by obscurity. So they're hoping that you don't find out where they are, and therefore there's not usually a lot of muscle there.
Good to know. So, What did you need to tell me?
Well, these thugs, I believe that they're working for one of the seven, as do I, indirectly.
Okay.
The power structure and the criminal underbelly of Mindrin is fairly deep. Most of the levels of the criminals don't know much about the other levels, so that's how they keep they keep the guard off of their backs. He says the thugs that attacked you at the no, what's it called? The Unpleasant Barrel.
Place.
The Unpleasant Barrel. I think that they work for the one of the seven who specializes in weapons and thugs and people who kill. My guess is that they probably were the ones that were contacted to find someone to kidnap these kids, and they probably put them in contact with Razira, or maybe called Razira themselves, and took on and gave her the contract to do this.
Okay. Also good to know.
That said, there are probably a number of small gangs like the one that those thugs work for that would all report to that same one of the seven.
Okay.
Ultimately. I didn't want to reveal too much of my knowledge of the seven and the criminal underbelly in front of your dear friend.
That was wise.
I gathered
He's
as much.
Very wise.
A character. A player character, actually. I
Nice.
know, I'm hilarious. Yeah, okay. Are you alright?
We'll see. I've had better days.
Haven't we all? Well, thank you for the information. Get some rest and do not die, okay?
Right. Put this madness behind us, please.
I'm working on it.
Thank you.
I shake his hand.
All right. Any conversation that would be happening among the three of you as you wait? Y'all taking a nap?
It's getting late.
Oh, quite. It is very late for us. And we humans probably aren't seeing too well down any of the alleys.
Yeah, I mean, would you light a torch, or would you just kind of try to stay in the darkness?
I was
Probably-
born in the darkness.
Molded by it.
Please stop.
I'd assume we try to stay kind of out of the spotlight. Just do what we can by the light of... I'm guessing there aren't really street lights, but there are
There are
torches or
not.
something along the road that aren't.
On the main road, there would be yeah, there would be some. Yeah, in this part of town, there would be some streetlights that are kind of half functional, not great. Several of them have been broken, in disrepair. But there's some amount of light, not too far from you.
So I think Godric is a little frustrated so far as just really desperately wanting to find these kids, and all the breakthroughs seem like disconnected or very sudden to him, not really not logical or meaningful because of the gaps in his knowledge. So I think he'd spend the time kind of like praying and meditating to Benton,
Okay.
for guidance or intervention or a miracle or anything.
Okay.
So kind of sitting, keeping what little watch they can. Little thought just crosses Cole's head, and he kind of thinks towards Peck if you can. So can you read my thoughts? Do I get any response?
There is no response. No.
Okay. Good to know.
All right. Well, it is 10 o'clock, so we will pick up there next week as you all figure out. It's been, it's like 4 or 5 sessions in this one day.
Longest day.
Ever. Oh, man.
It's still only been a week since we all met.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my gosh.
But we're all
That's
BFFs.
crazy. Some of you more so than others.
Oh,
Next
sorry,
year,
I'm still pushed off.
Yeah.
Now that we're off air, let me tell you guys what I think about vegans. See, the thing about veganism,
see, and that's where you're supposed to cut the screen. Straight,
Yeah.
just cut it
yeah,
right
Yeah.
Edge, where's the cut? Come on.
Too slow. All right. Well, thank you for anyone left that has been tuning in, and do tune in again next week for session 13. Should be very lucky. And maybe the confrontation with the kidnapper.
Hopefully. If it takes us another session, I swear.
We're gonna spend 3 hours trying to get through that door.
Foil.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see
I'm
you
gonna
next week.
Bye.
Bye.